What it do, peeps? It's the Beat Chef will watch the damn tape. Hit that like, that share, that subscribe button. Hit that bell to get notified when I drop my next video. New subscribers, thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed the content. Hope you love WNBA action. Old subscribers, thank you for helping me continue to push this platform to where it needs to be and continue to grow. I thank you so much. Sophie Cunningham, after that Sparks loss, post-game press conference, she said a couple things. I thought about it for a couple days because there was a lot going on, and she said a lot in a few sentences. But just to refresh your memory, I'm going to let you take a listen to what Sophie Cunningham had to say after that loss.
As you guys are in the midst of this grind of a schedule, and also on top of that, having these continuous disruptions, how do you bond and stay together during this rough patch?
Yeah, I think so far this season we've had a lot of distractions, you can call it, some injuries. Don't know who's playing, and so there's just a lot of distractions. But I think that's really good for us. Let's go through the adversity early. Let's learn from it. Good news is we're not going to peak too early, so I mean that's a positive. But I think it's not an excuse. Everyone's playing a back-to-back. Everyone has this kind of rough schedule. For us, we get another opportunity tomorrow, and we got to capitalize on it. Dallas is a team that's hungry for a win, and we talk about this. We are circled on everybody's schedule. No one likes us, right? So everyone in our locker room, that's the only type of people that we have that we can lean on, and we got to be better in that area. We have got to stay disciplined. We have to stay focused. We need to get consistent, and we got to lean on each other. And I think that we've kind of wavered a little bit on that. We have our own islands, but as one of the leaders on the team, I got to do a better job of grouping people, right? In the fourth, it's going to kill us, right? Like they scored 35 points, I think you guys said. That just cannot happen. Can't happen.
Shout out to Sophie Cunningham. One thing about it, you learn more about players in a loss than you do in a win. And when they lose, you hear truth and lies. Now let's break down what she spoke about in this thing. First, she said distractions. Distractions are never a good thing. Now when you focus on the goal. But that starts at the top. That starts at front office. That starts at your coach. When your coach is distracted with personal stuff, she should step away. And she should have let Mr. Kelly coach the team, since that was a distraction. The Wnba thing, we all know about it. It was going on. Even days before this game, they were lying at the press conference, trying to soft shoe it. They knew Wnba was a headache. They knew Wnba was a headache at the beginning of June. And they let it fester, and it affected the team, and it still affected the team. It definitely affected the team this week. You could tell it affected the team in that Sparks game. That's the reason why Sophie's talking. The point that the biggest thing that I got, besides the individual island thing, a lot of times you see it on a lot of these teams, hero ball. The Wings got the same problem with the Wnba. She goes hero ball all the time. The Fever are no different. Kelsey Mitchell, for as good as she's been this week, there's times where she went hero ball at the wrong time and they caught an L. It's just the nature of the beast. People doing way too much, not playing within the system, not playing with structure. So I'm glad Sophie alluded to all that. But the thing that really resonated with me was when she talked about that damn schedule. And it's becoming a reoccurring theme. And every time they bring it up, I laugh. I made a video. I haven't even dropped it. I made a video a couple days ago. Old video. And I'm going to drop it after I drop this one. Because this one is almost like, this is like Star Wars 1. And when I drop the next one, it's going to be The Empire Strikes Back. And you see, Luke got his hand cut off in The Empire Strikes Back. They finna get their hands cut off. But Sophie alluded to the schedule and roughing everybody. She was making excuses instead of being, she was doing a good job. She was being accountable. And then she went into excuse mode with that schedule. Earlier this year, or earlier this season, it was around June 9th, T.U.S.S.L.E fired off a shot at Kathy Engelbert about the schedule. Now, during that time, they had a winning record. They were about 7-3, 6-3. So they were like 6-3 because she said they had played 9 games. They had a winning record, and she complained about playing 9 games in 18 days, and that was too much. And I made a little short about it and ripped her. Do you know, after that loss, they haven't lost a game? They haven't lost. The Phoenix Mercury have not lost a game since T.U.S.S.L.E made that comment about the schedule. And if we go look at their schedule, go look at the Mercury schedule. They lost to the Storm. Remember, I said in that game, I said, hey, she played bad. She's making excuses, and she went to the schedule to have a reason to cover up for her bad performance. They lost 89-77 against the Storm. That was on June 7th. They played again on Wednesday, July 11th. They beat the Wings. They played again, a couple days rest, June 15th. Like I said, they built in days for these women to get rest. June 15th, they played the Aces in Las Vegas. Won. A couple days later, June 18th, they played at Connecticut. They won. June 19th, at New York. This is a road trip, a long one. June 19th, 89-81 over the Liberty. That was the Liberty's second loss. That was the second loss after Indiana got hold to them. Saturday, June 21st, 107-86 over the Chicago Sky. Then returned home after a 4-game road trip. On Friday, June 27th, got in New York's butt again. 106-91, killed them. T.U.S.S.L.E balling like crazy. Notice the entire time we haven't heard her talk about the schedule or the back-to-backs since. 6-0. They play today. They play the Aces. They'll probably beat the Aces. They'll have on a 7-game winning streak to close out the entire month of July. Folks, it ain't the scheduling. It's their sore losers. Natasha Cloud complained about the schedule. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you a thread where they just posted on Yahoo her comments about the schedule, and folks were killing her. Now, there's people in the media that will staunchly defend the schedule and say, hey, man, it's just too rigorous. Play your roster. Coach better. Train better. You won't have any of these problems. Breanna Stewart popped off about the schedule. I'll give Paige Beckers. Paige Beckers was on Deja Kelly's podcast, and she said she wished they could push it to the end of May, June. I agree with that. You come out of college, if you make it to the tournament, you get like a week, you get drafted, and then you're playing in preseason, and it's not enough time to develop these rookies to see what you can really get, see who's out there. Training camp should be a month minimum. So I agree with Paige Beckers on that. The season should start in June. The games, so unfortunately, ladies, you signed a CBA agreement and you gave the commissioner the power to expand the games. They added a new team. You can't play the same amount of games with a new team. Interest is growing. People want to see certain players, namely Caitlin Clark. You want to get big money? You gotta play. It's the price of admission. That's what y'all want. The Breanna Stewart popped off about this. Everybody's popping off when they're losing. So keep that in mind, folks. They only complain about the schedule when they're losing. When they're winning, you won't hear shit. Kelsey Plum talking about we tired when she said we tired when somebody said about the shooting slump. We tired. The Sparks are playing bad basketball. They're an up and down team. They got lucky when they beat the Fever. That's the reason why she's complaining. When Kelsey Plum's lighting it up, going 7 of 10 from 3-point line and getting 30 pieces, you don't hear a word from her. It's all positive. No contract negotiation. No, we need to shorten the schedule. We need to get better. None of that talk. None of it. And the league's listening. And they're paying attention and they're laughing. Because they keep giving them ammo. Keep giving them ammo. But just keep in mind, folks, going forward, because this is what the players are doing. The players, to combat the schedule, they are starting to take personal time. So when you look at the box score and you're wondering why the hell so and so is out for personal reasons, like I was watching the Mystics last night. Jade Melbourne broke a tooth the other day. I'm trying to figure out, why didn't you just play? Emily Inkster, she didn't play. Nice contributor off the bench, defensive player. Could have used her in that first quarter. They were getting killed. But you're going to see a lot of that going forward. Mark my words. You'll start seeing players take personal days. Like last night, they said Paige was out with a knee, but I saw her bouncing around dancing. Her knee looked pretty good. I'm just saying. Nafisa Collier said a knee problem was earlier. She's missed a couple games this season. They're just resting. They're resting. I told you. Wear and tear from playing overseas, playing in other leagues like Unrivaled or Athletes Unlimited. It's they've came in and now they can't perform at the job that they want the most money from. And the league's looking at them like, we got something for you. And I'm going to talk about that in the video I'm going to drop later. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this to y'all's attention, because you're going to see this theme occurring more and more. And we're not even we're at the quarter mark. A little over a quarter of the season's gone. And there's already so many people that I'm taking a personal day, and crickets. You don't hear why or what. I noticed Wnba Bonner hasn't been signed. Maybe the gas ran out in that escort. Maybe Phoenix isn't going to sign her because Atlanta don't need her. And sometimes I look at Phoenix and they don't need her. They got a good thing going. Wnba Bonner probably screw it up. But let me know your comments. Leave your thoughts below. Leave your comments. Like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.
Welcome to the W. Welcome to the W. Welcome to the W. Welcome to the W. The WNBA.